The first thing we need to do is convert the actuals into a column report. So the first step is creating the mapping for this. So I'm just going to select all the accounts. Remember, you don't select the profit and loss, and you don't select the totals. So I'm just going to select those. I'm going to copy it somewhere here. So then you must just number them. So that format is just not right. So just number it from 1 to 12. Then you need to put signage converters, because remember, your assets is positive and your equity, liabilities and profit and loss is also positive. But for an income statement, we need everything to be the same signage as a TB. So now I've done that once. Then we just need to map the months as well. So I'm just going to select them from top. It's going to be a bit easier. I'm just going to say pay special, value, transpose. Let's just get the format right. And I'm just going to put it next to this mapping. Otherwise it won't work because it will confuse the numbers on top. So now I've done all my mapping. The next step is to actually get the formulas done. So we must just create the headings. So the first one will be the number, account description, month. Then we'll start with the formulas. So the first one is match, address. I'm going to use left in this case because it will work perfectly. Concatenate, and then we can do a sum if to pull the information in. And finally, we can create a total where we just convert the numbers. Okay, so the first step is a bit manual. We're just going to copy the numbers because we know we've got 12 accounts. So that's the accounts. Account description we can put in with a VLOOKUP just from our mapping. The month we can pull in based on this number. So we can use that unique method to just make the numbers unique, because if I only search for the number 1 here, it will only exist once. So all of this will effectively exist once. So if we've got 1 there, we can pull in the month from our mapping. So I'm just going to use Format Painter to get it the right format. Okay, so now we can start with match. So I want to look for this value in this whole row, and I want to look for the exact match, which is a 0. Then it will tell me, so let's just go see. So March is in 1, 2, 3. So that's correct. So this we can just copy down. I just need to fix that, because otherwise it will copy that down as well. Address, we can use the row number as 1. The match result we can use as the column number, and 4 to take out the dollars. Okay, and then just use a left to take out only the C. Then a concatenate to get that in the correct format. We know the correct format for a sum if will look like that. And then we can do the sum ifs formula. So the sum if formula will be indirect, this value, because if this changes, we want the sum if to change. We're going to look in column B, and we're going to look for our account description. So there we are. And then in this one, we're just going to convert it. So I'm going to say, go look for this account number in my mapping. Return the third. So that will return 1 or minus 1. So I can just take this result times that. Copy that down. So the way we know it works, the first month should be equals to 0. So at the bottom there we see it's equal to 0. So now we can just copy this formulas down. So I'm just going to do it once, and then because the key here is the number, so I'm just going to say equals the first one. So if we copy this down 12 times, it will work perfectly. So I'm just going to delete from 13 onwards. I haven't deleted everything. Okay, so let's see if this is 0. So that's our test, so it's 0. So that means we did it correctly. So that is how you convert the actuals into a column report.